Okay, so I thought I'd try and do a bit of a running commentary story of this whole bloody shed project that I've been involved in. So I'm going to try my best to do it now. I'm actually inside my shed at this moment in time. This invention here allows you to remove yourself from the shed into the great outdoors. All right, so this is the location of my garden office. I'm going to talk through various bits as and when. There's my house all the way up there. Yes, it is far away, not a small house. All right, so try not to fall over, which is probably what you all want. All right. Here we go. Just sat on some snow, so I've got a wet bum straight away. Okay, so that is my garden office. And the origins of this office came on the fact that previously there was a stable block there, a twin stable block from the previous owners. It was dilapidated and stuff, so I always had it in my mind that I would get rid of it, which is what I did. And slowly but surely over the years, put that into place. It's taken a very long time to get to where we're at. So that is how it looks now. Okay, so my next plan was to try and create a decked platform which would go all the way around the shed. Unfortunately, these things cost a lot of money, thanks to people like Vladimir Putin, who turned out to make Siberian larch, which would have been a brilliant use of wood. Obviously, that got sanctioned and drove the cost up of everything else. So that's been made out of Western red cedar. And I got that, back in the days when I had enough money to do such a thing. Unfortunately, those days are a bit behind me now, so it's taken, I've had to sort of like leave this as it is at the moment. But what I wanted to do in the meantime was to get my pond built. So I spent some time on that last year. I'm now going to try and precariously make my way towards the pond. So what I've done is I've built this pond. And the idea behind it was to try and get it to look as natural as possible. So if I go over here, so obviously all this is going to be decked platform. This great big shrub is my neighbour's shrub, and obviously I'm going to sort of create a bit of a nice little sight screen here, like a privacy screen to about that height, going along there. So all this will be out the way, because at the moment it's in the way. But if we look here, so I got these cobblestones. These are reclaimed cobblestones, and what I wanted to do is to create like a bit of a natural looking path, something that maybe like Neanderthal man might have built back in the olden days, and that I've literally just sort of built everything around a natural pond. But obviously it isn't. It's because I've built it, but I've tried to make it look as natural as possible. Right now then, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through here. I'm going to try and get through here. Bloody hell. Okay, yes, I'm going to do it. Alrighty then. Yeah, okay. So as you see, I'm walking along this path. So one of the things that I wanted to do, like I say, was trying to make it look as natural as possible. So if if you've got bits of grass growing between the cobbles, then great, because that's what grass does. So this is the pond. It's obviously frozen over, as you can see at the moment. So there's oxygenating plants in there. Natural stone that I've just found, reclaimed from various places all along there. If you remember my little fountain that I did, not fountain, well, it's like a waterfall. It's hidden now, all the way over there, where that slab, if you can see that slab with the, hang on, there. So the guttering is behind there, and it'll come out, so you get rainwater off the shed into the pond, so it'll always get a really good source of natural water going into it. It's not a very good day to show this path when it's full of snow. Anyway, so built this little bit of a retaining wall, a little bit of a path. Then you've got a stepping stone there. And the idea will be when you've got your decked platform, you can just walk across as if you've done like a bit of a circle. There's another overflow pond here. Again, if you go back to my old video of the guttering system, you'll see it. One thing I'll also mention while I'm here, this dry stone wall, I built that about 10 years ago, maybe more. There was an old wall there, but all the stone had disappeared, got washed away over the years. The water used to come careering down the hill, down to there. There used to be an old mill down there with a reservoir pond. The reservoir pond is still there. In fact, there was 2 reservoir ponds. Anyway, this dry stone, so all this stone here, I managed to reclaim when they were redoing some dry stone walling nearby, and I got the foreman of the site to bring 3 transit van pickup, you know, the pickup trucks, 3 van loads he gave me, free of charge. That's what's good about being if you've got that little don't ask, don't get mentality, that's what happens with that. So now I'm going to brave this stepping stone. Oh yeah, did it. So yeah, so all this obviously is like, these are all natural pond plants that you would expect to see. So maybe one day all that will get decked, it'll get covered, and it'll all look beautiful. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm going to carry on along here. Successfully avoiding falling in. So this is the back of the shed. So when I'm working in my office, I'll go along here. This is the view that I get out of the window. Can't really see inside, can you, apart from the old tub. There you go, look. And look at that as well. This is something I'm going to mention. I think you can see in there something had managed to eat away at that wood. So maybe some birds had made a nest in there, in the eaves. Alright, so let me just find myself a safe position to stand on my bloody joist frame. Alright, so in the past I got permission from the owner of this land to put a wildlife camera on there, and there's been occasions where I've looked out my window to see like deer walking past, pheasants. In the night time there's been badgers out there, foxes. Absolutely brilliant. God, it's cold. Alright, so okay, I might as well carry along here because I've got a few more stories to tell about the opposite side of the shed. Guys, like, I actually am quite old, but I do feel like I'm walking like an old man. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, so this is the pathetic state of nature at the back. I've still got to joist up all the way across there. I ran out of joist wood when I last got round to doing all this. So so the idea is that the decking will follow all the way around the back here as well. Now then, I've got a bit of an interesting thing to show you down here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. That is my Ethernet, Cat 6 Ethernet, which goes into the shed, which gives me internet capabilities. And I've had to run that all the way through the conduit, all the way up to my aforementioned house, which is all the way in the distance there. That was a job and a half as well. Now, a little bit of a subplot here. This was caused by the previous wall, which boundaried with next door's garden. There was a severe rainfall, and it one of the posts literally just crashed into the back of the shed. So I got a bit of superficial damage there. Thankfully, it wasn't as bad as that. And in the process of it, the neighbours managed to get themselves these massive concrete, like Lego blocks. So I don't think we'll ever have that problem again, which is brilliant. Right, so one of the other things that happened with the owners of the previous stable, this blue pipe, they managed to blag water supply from the mains so that they could wash the horses down. So obviously I've used that to make my brews, that water supply. Okay, as you can see, it's like bloody Steptoe's backyard in here. So here we go to the other side of the shed. Nice little water fountain there from my sister and brother-in-law, and that's connected to the water mains as well. So if ever you're doing a bit of gardening and stuff, get yourself a drink of water. Not now though, because it's frozen. That is basically wildlife now. I've done that on purpose just to let this bit, I'll show you a bit more of that in a minute. But here we go to the shed part of it now. You're gonna like this. That door was one of the stable doors, which I've reclaimed and used. So in here is where I store all my shed stuff and various other bits and bobs. Typical shed full of shite. On the opposite side of that wall is my actual office. I might as well show you that now while I'm doing the tour. Okay, so this is temporary deck here just to help us get in and out of the place, and that's obviously, that'll be a nice little thing that I'll finish off with. So yeah, so the idea will be like a little privacy screen made out of battens going all across there, so that when you've got your decked platform here, on those nice days when you want to chill out, you can just sit there and you're on your own then, basically. Oh yeah, I was going to go inside, wasn't I? Right, okay. Right, another little backstory here. The people that put in the doors and windows managed to frame it the wrong bloody way. So it shouldn't go on this side, it should go that side. Oh God, it's lovely and warm in here. Alright, so a little bit of a brief show there. Here we go, so that's where I work. And that's my son's drum kit. My microphone. My bass guitar. And so this is where a lot of the fun happens. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really toasty in here because I've got it's all insulated. I managed to get a brilliant, I've got a brilliant book called Shed Working. And in one of the examples of photographs, it was from a particular company. I went on their website and they had an exploded view diagram of how they insulate it. So you'd have cladding, breathable membrane, foam insulation, plasterboard, So I went and copied that and built it myself. And that little electric radiator that's in the distance there. For a day like today, it's on full whack and it is really nice and warm in here. You'll just have to take my word for it, which is why I'm now shutting the door so that it keeps the heat in. So a little bit of a bonus trip here. I'm just going to show you, this is my fruit cage. So this is where I grow my blueberries. Now yesterday I walked past it and 2 bloody blackbirds had managed to get in. There's a little hole down there, I'm not going to go back down there. And of course, trying to talk to an animal to get it to come out to this massive hole that I let them, you know, like, here, blackbird, come out. They didn't, they just ignored me. Anyway, so while I'm here, might as well pick a blueberry. Oh yeah. Magic. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, well, that for carbon footprint for fruit, eh? I'll just do a little bit of a bonus walk up here. I'm going to walk up to, this is where I normally grow all my veg. Sweet corn, potatoes, things like that. That is a big pile of earth that I've moved from my back garden. But I noticed there was an ant's nest in it, so I've just left them to it. On this other side, this was, when we first moved, this was like nicely lawned grass. But it was an absolute pain in the bum to mow it, so I've just left nature to it. A couple of shrubs in there, it's really hard to tell anything with that sun, and a couple of acer trees I planted and they've flourished. There used to be a big ash tree there, but it had ash dieback, so that's now chopped wood. Oh, an old blackbird, that might have been the blackbird, it was after me blueberries the other day. Anyway, right, okay, yeah, so yeah, lots of veg gets grown there. One pathetic butternut squash. Horrible summer, it was like so wet this summer. So look, these are unsuccessful sweet corn. Normally they'd be about 6 foot tall, so that needs going in the compost heap. There you go. So that's the walk down to my shed. That's a little bit of wild garden. I'm just doing a bit of work there. My son's goal normally is there while I'm doing that work, so I'll put that back. The trampoline might get relocated to there. My house is a bit nearer. Oh, it's a lovely day, isn't it? Until I get my wood store, I've kept my, that's all from that tree that got chopped down. So greenhouse keeps them relatively dry. Right, do you know what? I think I'm going to sign off now, lads and lasses. And hopefully give you another instalment at some point. Maybe when that decking gets done. What do you reckon? Every time I walk past here, I can hear things mooching in the undergrowth. There's definitely little mice and stuff in there. So sometimes what I do in the morning is I might boot up my computer, and before it gets me to log in, sometimes I like to just walk along here. I don't know why, because I mean, I could end up falling in. And just look into the pond and just chill out, basically. So that's my pond. Obviously it looks better in the summer when all the stuff's in bloom. Right, I suppose I better say goodbye. All right, so that's a bit of a story. Oh my God, 20 minutes. I hope you've made a brew. I might put that at the beginning. Put the kettle on and enjoy. All right, signing off for now. Catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching.